Hi guys, welcome to this full review of this GOCOM G9 Walkie Talkie set. Here I have the 4-piece set. I think there are other sets available. Yeah, that's the G9. It's waterproof. It's walkie talkie for adults, but of course also children can use that. It's for long range. It is floating, portable, two-way audio. It has NOAA weather alert, SOS flashlight, is rechargeable, and I've already tested it, or at least most of the functions, so I'm going to show you most of the functions. I mean, there is some nice instruction manual here. I don't know if you can read that. It's a little bit small, maybe far away, but maybe it's focusing so you can read everything. Here's the second page. There are just 2 pages, but they explain everything, so it's not very difficult actually, especially when you're already used to such devices. Then you know probably already 99% of everything. So I'm rather a beginner. I just wanted to buy this for an emergency situation, like if you have total power outage, mobile phones are not working anymore, so I can keep in contact with my family and close friends or so. Here we have 2 of the devices of this 4-piece set, and they make really good impression. They are really tough actually. I would say they are definitely not cheap plastic. The housing is really tough. Here even I think some extra protection in this area. Also the buttons are really solid. Also the display makes good impression. It's not thin or so everything looks really good. Here also on the back side, I mean, you have to insert the batteries. It comes with 3 rechargeable batteries, so you don't have to buy them. You can insert them here, and you can see we have this seal all the way around to make it totally waterproof, and it has even some special function when it makes contact with water. I guess these are the sensors here. When it makes contact with water, it will activate the flashlight. You can see it has quite strong flashlight. You can activate this also manually, but when it comes in contact with water here, when it's submerged or floating in water, then it will automatically emit these waters. You can find it, or other people can find you. You have even this extra SOS button here. You can long press for 3 seconds, then it goes into this red light and emits also this alert sound. That's really helpful, I think. Really nice here. Of course, it's important to fully charge at the beginning, and it's really nice. We have 3 different possibilities to charge. I mean, we can take out the batteries, use a normal charger, because it's just normal standard metal hybrid batteries, rechargeable. The good thing is they don't have any memory effects, so it's a good thing to have them. Nickel metal hybrid, 1200 milliamps. So either we charge these batteries in an external charger, which you maybe have, or we can charge the batteries here inside. It's really nice. Here's the opening also for the headphone. Yeah, we get a lot of accessories. I'm going to show you that later. It comes also with a micro USB charging cable. You can use that to charge the batteries here inside, or we get this cradle here and we can charge these 2 things here. Of course, we get 2 cradles to charge in total all of the 4 handsets at the same time. That's really convenient. And here also the opening for the headset. I think it's using a standard 3.5mm audio jack, but it's really special microphone here. It comes with this clip, and then it has this speaker here, and the best thing here, it has this really special earphone here. If you want to use that, that's a really nice one here. There's absolutely no wire inside. There's no way you can destroy this. I mean, at least not in normal way. This is a really nice thing, especially when you have to work in loud environment and you have to move around and you fear that you would destroy such a earphone or so. Here it's not going to happen. There's no electronic here inside. Definitely a huge plus. So we close this again. To turn it on, we have to long press. Most of the buttons have two functions. Also this one here, we can use it for calling, and long press to turn on and long press to turn off. Then we have the menu button. I mean, you can see it always turns off after a couple of seconds. I mean, it's not totally turned off. It's just battery saving of the display. Whenever you press a button, it will turn on again, no matter which button you're pressing. Then here we have the menu, and you can change here the channel, then the privacy channel. That's important. I mean, if you're not used to that, when you change the channel, that's a different frequency. You can see the frequencies here. We have in total 22 channels. Some of them have higher maximum output and some have lower maximum output. I'm going to show you that later regarding the output, but it's important to know 22 channels and 121 privacy codes. I mean, the privacy codes doesn't mean that you have like an encrypted channel or so everybody can use it. Everybody who is on this channel, same channel, like here on the channel 5, can listen to that. Of course, when you use the call button here, it's just calling to everybody who is on the same channel and on the same privacy code. You can see that here. When we call here, we press and it's calling here on this handset as well. And then when you're talking, really everybody who is on channel 5 can listen to that. Usually when they use also privacy codes, they won't realize that you are talking. But if somebody is monitoring this channel, which you can do, then they will also be able to hear you. The monitoring works like that. You can long press here and then you can listen to that. So it will pick up everybody who is on this channel, no matter which privacy code you are using. This is also helpful if the connection is really low. If you're a little bit further away, then you might be able to hear the other person from the other handset, even when the private code is not transmitted. So let's go through the menu very quickly here. First item, which is blinking, that's the channel. You can go up and down through these 22 channels. Then you click again and it goes through these privacy codes, 121. You can long press, so it works a little bit faster. Then it goes into different ringtones. You can choose your ringtone here. We press again, then we can select the level of sensitivity for the voice activation. If you don't want to press here to talk, if you want the device to just transmitting when you are starting to talk, that's the idea here. So I'm going to 0 to deactivate the voice activated call. Then we have also a 2-channel mode, which can be very helpful. And we have a high power and a low power mode. I keep it on high here. So that's already it, very simple. We can also lock the whole thing with a long press. That can be helpful, especially when you do crazy things. Then you get this key icon, you know everything is locked. You have to long press to unlock it again. Calling we already had. And here we have the light again. We can turn it on, turn it off, just one function. And here we have also the weather channel. When we long press here, it goes into the weather channel.
Your coastal waters forecast for the following marine location.
So you can hear that nicely. We have also a menu here on the weather channel. We can go through the different channels of this weather. I think it has 11 channels or so. I think that's the best one here. When we click again, we can turn on and off weather alerts and then go out of the weather channel with a long press again. Regarding the alerts, of course, there's not an alert for a specific zip code or so. I mean, there's a function with the weather alerts for specific zip codes that's not implemented here. But if you're close to such a weather station and they have like a weather alert in this area, you will get a notification here. That's also very helpful. And then again, the scan. I mean, when we press a scan here just once, here it goes, it will scan through these 22 channels. I mean, it won't stop. It will just turn off the display in the background. It will still scan through all these channels here. If you want to stop, you have to press again, and the long press will go into the monitoring mode of this specific channel, which you have already selected. And yeah, you can just release it and then it will stop. Of course, for transmitting, you can either use this button here. You can see, you get this icon. When you're holding it, you will see this transmission icon. Same thing, of course, here. When we transmit something here, you can see here it's going up, here it's going down. Yeah, stop the thing here because it's too close. That's not good. But again, either you are using the button here while you're talking, or you can use the VOX for automatic voice transmission when you are talking. And the speaker comes, I think, in 7 different levels. We can also deactivate it if we want. I don't know why we would do that, but here it's completely turned off. And then we have level 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's pretty loud, so I'm usually using 1 or 2. So that's automatic. When you have nothing on the screen, that's the first thing which you can do, turn up or down the volume. By default, it has also beeping for every push you do, for every button you press. It's a very loud beeping, and also there's a Roger sign, like when you release this button it will beep very loud again, so you know that the transmission is over. But you can disable everything, I mean individually, either the button press confirmation or the Roger beeping. You can both turn on and turn off individually. I have turned off both of them, so it was easier for the video here. I've tested these 2 devices around home here, of course not in far distance, but it was quite okay. The quality, I would say, of the voice was really good. The microphone is good, speakers are good, and then the wireless reach, of course, is mostly depending on the area where you are. If you're just in a normal rural area, or if you're out in the mountains, or out in the desert, or on the ocean, it's totally different. It has nothing to do, or almost nothing to do, with this brand. It's 95% only depending on the area where you are. If you have direct visual contact, I mean, means if you can actually see the other person, no matter if it's 10 miles away or so, then you would have really good contact, good communication. If you can't see each other, even when it's close within 1 mile, then it can be difficult. Like if you're in Manhattan behind skyscraper or so, then it's probably absolutely no communication possible. But everything has been working good. They make a really good impression, very solid. The buttons, the display, everything. There's hardly anything to complain about that. I have also seen other videos about where people put this in water and keeps working, so I don't have to do this test. So from my side, everything looking really good, and I can highly recommend them. And I'll put down the link to the Amazon listing down into the description, so you can check it out and order it right from there if you like it. And I hope I've been able to help you a little bit with this video. If you have any questions or comments, just write to the comment section below, and I'm always happy to talk about these things. And if you liked the video, give me a thumbs up, subscribe my channel. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.